Are you a Star Wars fan? Then you'll love this behind the scenes look at the Empire's true feelings about Palpatine and Vader. Uh, in the deleted scenes of Return of the Jedi, it's clear that not every Imperial officer unwaveringly supported or agreed with Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader's role. The Empire as a faction in the Star Wars universe has always been intriguing, though it cast a large shadow across the galaxy. It was really the Sith, with Palpatine and Vader pulling the strings from behind, who posed the real danger. Uh, Despite its vast size, it's statistically implausible that every Imperial, even high-ranking officers, were always in sync with Palpatine's schemes, despite the fact that several Imperial characters, such as Sabine Wren, Wedge Antilles, Agent Callus, Thane Kyrell, Galen Erso, Bodhi Rook, and even Han Solo, defected from the Empire in Star Wars. Not all Imperials who stayed did so because they supported Palpatine's methods or shared his beliefs. Some deleted scenes from Return of the Jedi suggest that there were Imperials who secretly opposed Palpatine and his apprentice. An often overlooked character even appears to harbor strong disdain for both. Moff Jerjerrod seems to delight in disrespecting Darth Vader. Despite many significant scenes from Return of the Jedi being cut, a small character's excise narrative was powerful in illustrating the authoritarian rule and leadership of the Empire. In one of Jerjerrod's omitted scenes, he encounters Darth Vader. While many who meet Vader tremble in fear, Jerjerrod appears remarkably unfazed. Instead, he seems to relish the idea of challenging Vader and asserting his authority, a smirk appearing on his face as he defiantly tells the Sith Lord, "You should not pass." Despite having this cocky expression erased by Vader's Force choke, it remains undeniable that Jerjerrod boldly insulted Vader. Could it be possible that Jerjerrod fundamentally disagreed with Vader's and, by extension, Palpatine's rule? Might this disobedience have been his method of resistance? Return of the Jedi even hints that the Emperor himself was unloved. From my perspective as a movie critic, it's evident that Emperor Palpatine's deleted scenes, along with those in the final cut, suggest a less than popular ruler. After all, who could genuinely love a leader like Palpatine, who operated from the shadows, using his Imperial machine and Sith minions as pawns to carry out his orders. In essence, Palpatine may have been a mastermind strategist, but that doesn't equate to effective leadership. In the first two Star Wars movies, A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, Palpatine's scarcity suggests that he wasn't the primary antagonist in the original trilogy. Vader filled that role as Luke's true opponent. However, this absence also hints that his secretive involvement in the Empire's daily affairs, rarely appearing or interacting with his subordinates under circumstances where the Imperial followers scarcely interacted with their leader, yet were consistently required to obey his orders regardless of the price. Wouldn't it be challenging for them to sustain loyalty towards him? What benefits did they derive from this arrangement? The Empire, after all, was not their only source of value. Following the pivotal Darth Vader scene, Jerjerud's additional scenes transition to the climactic battle on Endor. In these orders, Jerjerud is instructed to destroy the moon should the rebels manage to demolish their shield generator. Although Emperor Palpatine does not issue the command directly, it aligns with his strategies since he's also threatening Luke Skywalker with the impending doom of Endor and the loss of his comrades at the same time. It's evident that Jerjerud is holding back, expressing his dissent by pointing out that there are still Imperial soldiers on the moon. He seems to gauge the responses of his comrades. Looking around in the process, in the following sequence, a visible discomfort overtakes him upon hearing the news about the rebels successfully deactivating the defense shield. It's safe to assume that Jerjerud wasn't alone among Imperials during the Battle of Endor who felt this way. From the removed scenes of Return of the Jedi, we can deduce some intriguing details about Jerjerud's character. It appears that he didn't fear Darth Vader, but rather seemed to detest him. Additionally, it seems that it had trouble complying with Palpatine's commands because he was aware that more Imperial officers on Endor would unintentionally be harmed in the process. The reason these scenes were omitted from the final film likely has more to do with maintaining a smooth pace rather than any significant narrative issues. Could it be that Jerjerud questioned his duty to eliminate entire stormtrooper battalions, since they were also part of the Imperial forces? As a movie enthusiast, I'd contend that there were plenty of Imperials who found Emperor Palpatine's methods questionable, given his propensity for excessive violence, wastefulness, and disregard for the lives of his troops and military assets. Palpatine wasn't a model leader. He ruled through fear and brute force, and history has shown that such leadership ultimately stirs resistance. The deleted scenes featuring Jerjerud in Return of the Jedi illustrate this point perfectly, showcasing how blind devotion can lead to catastrophic consequences. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, be misses. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And remember, even the Empire had its share of rebels.